Right then, so today's video, we're going to be fitting all that in there, underneath there. That's the gist of it. No, in all seriousness, this is a big update for the van today. We're going to have heat. This is the time when we can go camping any time of the year because of a 5 kilowatt diesel heater that's in this box here. We're going to fit it underneath the driver's seat just here. Going to move all the old battery gubbins there. I'm going to be making a couple of little adjustments today myself. I'm meeting Dave tomorrow, which will be in the same video, probably in about a minute's time actually, down at a garage to be able to fit this underneath the seat. He's got the tools and the knowledge. I don't really bring anything to the game, really. So first things first, I've got to disconnect the battery. I've got to remove the pre-tensioner clip from the driver's seat, start unscrewing these TX bolts here, take the driver's seat out, see where the diesel heater fits and sits on top of the mat, do a bit of marker penning, and then try and cut the foam out without cutting some of the wires that are underneath, because I think there's either a handbrake wire or part of the pre-tensioner wire that goes under. You don't want to be cutting that, so we've got to take extra care today. But first off, let's get this battery disconnected and then start getting this seat out. Right, before we get this out, where's that pre-tensioner clip? That little clip there, I don't know if you can see it. That one right there with the yellow clip on it. I need to get a flathead screwdriver in there and disconnect it. Now I've actually disconnected the battery. There should be no risk of the airbags or any pre-tensioner problems arising now that the battery is disconnected. So flathead screwdriver, get it undone. Flathead screwdriver. I've just literally pronged it behind that yellow clip there, pushed it forward, and then the clip just comes out. And it's as simple as just pushing the clip back in for it to seat again properly. But now it's unclipped, we can start getting the rest of these TX bolts off and getting the seat out. Yippee! So now I've removed the seat, you can see what I'm looking at the moment. I've just started to gently, ever so gently, cut away some of this rubber and foam underneath because there are wires underneath there. And I was actually not too far away from putting the blade right in there. So I've had to just be very, very careful. I'm taking it up, lifting this up as I go, just so I don't start touching the van body or those wires. I'm not quite sure what those wires are for. Someone can leave a comment below if you know what those wires are for. Let me know, at least I can then know how close I was to impending doom. And just like that, we're magically in a garage with a Ram. How did that happen? We've got this man who's helping me out today. Give us a wave, Dave.
Get ready for the comments section, mate.
What? Don't do it that way. No, we didn't do it like that.
I wouldn't have done it like that. My nan told me back in the 60s that you cut with your left hand. Right, tidy it up after, mate.
At the end of the day, all that ugliness, not that ugliness by the way, this ugliness.
I'm glad you said that.
That's all going to be covered up by the diesel heater. And we've obviously got the offcut of the foam there. We can cut to shape, put it around it if we need it. But it's just give us a nice clean working area.
Okay, so the drill bit is right by the wiring loom.
Okay. Fucking good job he didn't hit that, innit?
That's the straightest line you will ever see, mate.
But then what that does then, by cutting there, we completely avoid that, don't we?
Correct.
Which, as you saw before underneath the vehicle, that is part of the vehicle chassis, and we don't want someone to touch that. So if we can...
I'll go and get the grinder.
Cheers, mate. If we can get that cut first, have another look underneath the vehicle, see where we're at, and then hopefully we might just be able to use the original plate. Safety first, kids.
Put that behind there.
And just while we're cracking on with the install, a little quick mention from today's video sponsor. Can you guess? Super Sparrow. They've been long-time supporters of the channel, so I've got to give them a big massive shout out to start with. They've sent me a selection of their new range, one for my little son Henry, one for my wife Alyssa, and a new one for me as well. I'm actually still rocking the original one that they gave me last year when I was hiking through Wales with Dave and Adam. Brilliant bottles, never had an issue with them, no spillages, no leakages from the top. The rubber seals have still remained intact, even from the bottles last year. And I think these new bottles, in my own opinion, look fantastic. I was able to wing an exclusive discount code for you guys, Brendan10 below, to get yourself 10% discount. And on top of that, like last time, they've sent me 5 extra bottles to give away to you lucky lot. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning one of these is leave a comment below this video, any comment like you normally do, and go and follow Super Sparrow on Instagram down here. Now I'm going to be drawing the winners within the next 48 hours, so make sure you get your comments in early, and then in an upcoming community post I'll announce the winners and get one of these shipped off to you. Once again, big thanks to Super Sparrow for being long-time supporters of the channel, sending me some new bottles, and also sending me some to give away to you guys as well. Now back to the video.
Did some work in it.
Okay, so we just filed away where we've cut through the floor of the van. We're just going to treat it with a little bit of silver hammerite paint. Doesn't really matter what colour it is, but the van body's silver, so we're going to go for that. And just make sure it doesn't rust over time.
You should be wearing a mask, really, mate.
With hammerite?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because of all the toxic fumes it gives off.
Are you taking the piss?
No, but someone will write that in the comments.
Right, Dave, give us an explanation, mate.
Yeah.
What have we got done so far? And this is the air feed pipe, is that right?
Yeah, so all I've done is just put the studs in. Here, we've put the wiring through for the fuel pump, so that has to go on the underside of the vehicle with the exhaust inlet. Tightened it all down, just got the exhaust pipe to go on, and then the silencer we can either put on now or we can put it on the underneath. And yeah, that's pretty much it then, mate. So once I've got the exhaust on, we're pretty much to drop it back into the hole and well, we'll probably just loosely fit it for now.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the seat back in.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what needs
like
cutting off.
height and stuff.
Yeah, see what needs cutting off trim wise for that. Needs to go down with it. There we go.
Okay, now just a quick update for you. Because we're going to be tapping into the existing fuel line on the vehicle, we don't need to bring a fuel line back up into the vehicle because we're not going to use the tank that came with this. Thankfully, the Trafics and Vivaros are relatively easy to tap into the return line to provide fuel to this beast, instead of having a diesel tank floating around somewhere in the back here. If you haven't noticed already, I've got carpet, and that's probably the worst place to be spilling diesel anywhere. And I don't want my van smelling like that, so we'll show you a little bit more detail underneath the vehicle in a minute. But that is roughly where the diesel heater is going to go.
After roughly placing the seat over the diesel heater, it was time to cut some trim off the seat.
So we've just routed the fuel line all the way from the front of the vehicle now, down the bottom, and that's now underneath the van. So we're just gonna get all the, that's the filter, isn't it? Fuel filter.
Yeah.
That's the fuel pump.
Yeah.
Now that's probably the noisiest part of the actual whole diesel heater system. I'm just glad it's gonna be mounted underneath, at least I can try and get some sleep then. So for those that don't know that are watching this video, the diesel heater pump has to be placed at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, roughly 45 degrees.
Yeah, up towards the heater, just so the pump works efficiently.
So it's like that. So basically the multi-plug for the fuel pump basically has to point towards the heater. So
Yeah.
that's your outlet here.
After making sure the air inlet was pointing towards the front of the van and the exhaust outlet was pointing towards the rear, we have fixed the pump and the filter to the vehicle chassis.
So if we cable tie that to there.
Right, so we've just attached the T-piece to the fuel filter housing. You can just see, just underneath there, where Dave's snipping. That's the new T-piece right there. And that's where we're going to attach the fuel line. Two-second press on up and down at the same time.
Yeah, so it says in shutdown state, long press the up and down buttons at the same time for 2 seconds and the LCD will show oil.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, it speaks to you. Hey, you ain't going to be lonely on your solo camps, are you? There's your pump.
That's the pump. We've managed to get the seat situated back in. There's the diesel heater underneath. And now Dave's just going to go underneath the van, and start sealing with some heat resistant silicone. Then once we've got that, we'll tie the bolts back in and hopefully then just kind of work on the electrical side of things and see if we can get that diesel heater working nice and sweet.
If you like swearing, guys, head over to my channel.
Alrighty, we're cooking. We are on. The priming sequence has been completed. Now the fans are in full swing on the diesel heater now. And let me tell you, it is hot in there. So we're gonna get these doors closed, have a bit of a clean up, and then we'll check back in on it in about 5 minutes. But yeah, we have heat in the van. Hooray. Well done, mate. Well done. Well done. Well done. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Whoa. Can you feel that? Oh, shit. That is warm. That is warm, yeah. Whew. No more cold nights for me, mate.
No. You're sorted
now,
mate.
I can't say thank you enough to this guy right here.
Mate,
if it
welcome.
wasn't for this man, right, and his tools and his knowledge of being able to get me into this place and get it up on a ramp, I wouldn't have been able to do it. It would have taken me a lot longer than what we've been able to do today. So thank you ever so much, mate. I can't.
You're very welcome, mate. Anytime. I said I'd help you.
I'm going to leave a link to Dave's channel in the description below. Go check him out. Tell him I've sent you. Go check out some videos and see what he gets up to. What's the next one, mate? What's the next camp for you?
The next camp will be out in my tent.
Okay.
Which will be on the 1st of March.
All right.
Or the first weekend of March, and then we'll be out in the van.
Yeah, me and Dave will be out in the van very soon. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. Go say thanks to Dave because he's actually made this possible today.
And right on cue, it was at that moment the camera decided to die. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.